The following episode of the morning stream is sponsored by the biggest Boba Fett fan on the internet, Lord Vito. Drop a like on your way in and we'll get started real soon.
This Christmas, put a little extra joy, hope, and love on your list. When you shop...
Chet, I thought I told you to put the ad blocker on.
The night before Christmas.
That's one.
Wait, twas? What's twas? Is that short for it was? What kind of rush are you in, man? You can't just say it was. Oh, you saved a lot of time there, fella. Oh, don't come at me with that it was stuff. I got things to do. Gotta get down to the donut shop.
Feel that holiday spirit. The Christmas spirit surrounds and binds us.
You know, 2 days ago, I was at the donut shop, and I said, hey, donut guy, you got anything warm back there? He says, try the fritters. They were. They were? What does that even mean? They were. You must mean twere. The fritters twere warm. What's that? We're out of time. Oh, I'm fired.
Before we begin, since this is Aunt Bethany's 80th Christmas,
Yes.
of grace.
Good morning. Nerd Vengers, Broke Vengers, visitors to the tower, and everyone else, welcome to the morning stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy to be back in the studio. Happy to be hanging out with you guys, talking about Star Wars, Marvel, all the nerdy things, all the cool things going on in the world. It's the holiday season. Everybody, it's the holiday season. I'm pretty excited. I love this time of year. Of course, it's been a pretty funky year. Might make for a funky holiday season. But you know what? I would take a funky holiday season over no holiday season any day of the week. Pixelated, yeah, reset. Keaton, I don't think I'm pixelated. Unless we have the pixel filter on. Anyway. How are you guys doing, man? Missed you guys this weekend. Missed the Nerd Vengers. We usually do streams all weekend long. You know, just for members. I had a little birthday this weekend, so I did not stream it all this weekend. I saw the numbers on After Dark, though. Holy cow, good stream on Saturday. That's hella cool. That's hella cool. I had a really good weekend. I reflected a lot on just the year, things that are going on with the channel, things that are going on in my personal life, a lot of things to be grateful for. I realize that it's been a really challenging year, but I think that it's going to make for a very exciting series of opportunities moving forward for a lot of different people. They're calling this thing. Some economic people are referring to this as the Great Reset. What a weird turn of phrase, but yeah, in some ways it is. In some ways it is a great reset, and there will be some cool stuff moving forward. I hope that you made it through this year as unscathed as possible, and I hope you look forward to the next couple of years as well. Gonna be doing a lot of hanging out on this channel, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen. I will tell you, a lot of crazy stuff coming down the line for the Den of Nerds, and with all this cool nerdy stuff coming out and happening on streaming, man, possibilities are really, really cool. But before we go any further, let's do show notes. Show notes. Most important, well, most prevalent, I guess. Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, of course, Nerd Theory goes down over on Star Wars Theory's channel. Very excited to talk with him about Boba. We weren't actually able to talk a lot. I had a lot of stuff to do before I left town, so a lot of my stuff was condensed late last week. So did not get a chance to sit down and talk to the man. I'm looking forward to doing that tonight live with all of you. So come on by 8 p.m. tonight. We will be doing that. Of course, we will be doing on Thursday night After Dark. Al and Lavis, if you haven't checked out After Dark, you're seriously messing up. Go check out that show. That show will stream Thursday night, getting us ready. And then, of course, 3 a.m. Friday morning, very late Thursday night, depending on how you look at it, 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be watching the second to last episode of The Mandalorian together with the Nerdvengers, and then we will be streaming in the morning, talking about all of that stuff. Insanity, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe we only have 2 episodes left. Pretty crazy stuff. I also want to say, if you are a Nerdvenger member, please try to come by Saturday at noon for that stream, because we have a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about moving into December, late December, early next year. A lot of stuff going on. I want to get your opinions, etc., etc. Chat, am I missing anything? Yeah, I can't think of anything either. All right, let's get into some of this stuff. Now, look, ladies and gentlemen, I want to... Let's take a temperature of the chat. Oh, looks like we got a new member. Let me handle that. Let me handle that. Will says, happy birthday, Josh. You gotta ask Theory about meeting Rahul. Oh, of course. I've got a lot of questions about that. Also, all right, yeah, I can't talk about that. Richard Rodriguez, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now, man. Welcome. Thank you. We appreciate the support. Come by Saturday, and we're gonna blow your mind. Okay. How many of you, chat, I need a little participation. How many of you were eagerly awaiting a Spider-Man 3 trailer or teaser of some kind last night? How many of you were at the edge of your seat, waiting with bated breath? How many of you? Uh-oh. A couple. Some people were like, nah. A couple people for sure. A lot of people like, nah. A couple people like, yep. I want pictures of Spider-Man. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so let's talk about this. Why did people think that there was going to be a trailer last night for Spider-Man 3? Let's first investigate that, right? Like, why is that even out there? Where did that come from? Now, I believe it was either an insider or a slip up from somebody that's actually at Sony Pictures or Marvel that said you will get your first look at Spider-Man 3. I think it was official Sony. Now that I'm sort of going through it, I think it was official Sony. You will get your first look at Spider-Man 3 before 2021. Now, if you do a little bit of math, I had to take my socks off because I only, I use the fingers, I had to go to the toes. if you do the math, this is the last month of 2020. And so this is the last opportunity for such a thing to happen, for us to see Spider-Man 3, right? So anything that could potentially reveal the trailer is like, people are like honing in on it. And they're like, that could be it. That could be it. So that is where I think some of that anticipation come from. Now, to add fuel to the fire, I believe, and I could be wrong here because she blocked me, but somebody told me that like Grace was indicating to people on Twitter to expect a trailer. Is that correct? Can you guys is that correct? Am I correct on that? I used to check her out on Twitter and see what was going on. Can't do it anymore. I heard that she was hyping people up. I also heard that Cosmic Wonder, who hasn't blocked me yet, we'll just wait till after the stream and see if that's still the case. But I heard that Cosmic Wonder was also hyping people up about the trailer. True or false? Is that true? Is that true? Okay, Ming. Okay, Ming. All right. On a scale from 1 to 10, how hard should I give it to him? You let me know, chat. In a scale from 1 to 10. Because, honestly, I'm in such a good mood. And things are going so well. The 2020, rough, but we're in a good place. Things are looking great. Projections are great. Crazy good things happening behind the scene. All right, fuck them. I see enough 10s. Okay, here's the thing. This motherfucker. And Elisa, you might want to leave this out of the edit for the main channel. Just say no. This motherfucker right here. Okay. So, I didn't watch his video. Is it still up? Let's see if it's still up. Might get a call from the producers in a second here. They'll be like, chill out, bro. Take it to a 7. Let's see. See if that video's still up. I bet it's still up. I'd be surprised if he took it down.
Honestly, it's kind of surreal, you guys.
Well, didn't Sony take it down or something like that? Okay, regardless. Okay, so this is my understanding of it. He did videos hyping it up. Then he puts this on Twitter. Maybe I should show you this. The only reason I don't want to go into the theaters is because it's going to screw up the chat when we come back in here because I still haven't switched over. Okay. All right. Check this out. Check this out. So, he says, so Sony, not Sony Latino America, but Sony themselves removed my Spider-Man 3 Spider-Verse teaser trailer video. Y'all just confirmed it's real. Laughy face. Okay, now here's the thing. This dude shows you that the video is removed by them. Okay? But what he doesn't show you is the right side of the screen. I would venture to tell you that that was very intentional because I bet if you look over here, you would realize it's a copyright claim for footage from a Sony movie. And it was actually probably caught by an algorithm that just flagged Sony footage in a video. And because Warren is wicked smart, and because he's been doing YouTube a long time, he absolutely knows this. He absolutely knows that Sony did not remove his stuff because he knows his ass from his elbow. They removed it because he used footage. And then he uses the claim, Not the whole claim, of course. But he uses the claim in order to assert on social media that he knows things and that what he was talking about was real. Now, hilariously, like, it obviously wasn't, right? I mean, like, it obviously wasn't. Allison Brie, She-Hulk, anyone? Allison Brie, She-Hulk, anyone? And so, again, people ask me about this guy sometimes, right? And my thing is, it's not just bad. It's not just thoughtless. It's not just careless. It's like real manipulative. Like, at all costs, give me the clicks, give me the clout, give me the AdSense. Zero credibility. Like, makes me, man, what a fucking douchebag. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, what a fucking douchebag. Anyway. So. See, there's a box. That's why I didn't want to go into the theater. I don't understand this glitch and why it pops up this little box like this. Like, remember when we had it all nice and there was just the words and it was like scrolling like that or whatever? Yeah, that was cool. So anyways, regardless, the point is, some people that have no idea what they're talking about are looking at different things that are out there on the horizon and trying to essentially arbitrage the attention that is coming in for legitimate things. And they basically make a ton of content that's full of shit that does still service the interests of the people that are hyped up for the legitimate thing. And so they sort of like arbitrage that. And they honestly, folks, don't care at all about actually informing you. Like, at all. How was that? I felt like that was an 8. I didn't even go that hard. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't body, dude. Just kept it real. Anyway. 8.4. I'll take it. 7. Yeah, it was about a 7, right? That's not even that bad. Heard that. See? We don't even gotta go that hard, ladies and gentlemen. We don't even got to. Okay, so let's talk about Boba Fett. Let's change the pace. Let's change the mood, right? Maybe I'll find us a different song. I wish I found that Eagle song. Let me know, guys. Out of 10, how much did you enjoy Boba Fett? How much did you enjoy Boba Fett in the episode? Out of 10. You tell me. Where's Vito at? Better be at 12, dog. I see a lot of 10s. It seems like a lot of people liked this episode. Man, I'll tell you, the episode's so good. Honestly, like, it's crazy, but it's so good that I'm like out here trying to show people and tell people about the episode that don't even watch Star Wars. Like, I don't know if you guys have had a similar experience, but for me, like, even this weekend, right? So, like, I got into town and was hanging out with my buddies, like, at Friday night, and we went hard. It was, like, 4 a.m., and we're all like, okay, it's time to go to sleep. And I was like, but is it, though? Because I knew a couple of them hadn't, actually, all of them hadn't watched The Mandalorian, that new episode. And I was like, why don't we sit down and watch the new Mandalorian? And this shit is so good. Like, it's so good that you don't need to know Dickie McGeezax about Star Wars, Boba Fett, anything. Like, you don't need to know anything. Okay? You just come in. You're like, okay, he likes this baby thing. That's interesting. That thing's cute, man. That thing's cute. Like, even the hardest dude out is like, yeah, he's cute, I guess. You know? So, boom. Then you're on the planet. He's on the thing. You see the ship come in with that sick-ass music. Holy hell, Boba Fett's theme was sick, dude. Sick. And, yeah. Then you get to, like, the force field thing. It was crazy. It was a great episode. Regardless, the thing that's really wild here is, like, they didn't just... we didn't just get a Boba Fett episode. You know what I mean, guys? Like, we didn't just get a Boba Fett episode. The freaking Razor Crest is gone. R.I.P. Did you buy the toy? I'm not saying you shouldn't have, but you probably shouldn't have. Did you buy the toy? And so now, Boba, it's like, imagine this, okay? Like, you're out and about, you know, it's about to be a crazy night, like, got reservations at this joint. This is obviously pre-COVID, when the world was normal. So, you're out, you know, it's about to be a wild night out, you know, you got reservations at this joint, then you're going to, you know, do a little bit of after drinking over here, you bowling, karaoke, boom, you're going to hit this spot, you're going to hit that spot, right? And so, you're not going to drive, right? Because the Razor Crest blew up. And so, you call Uber, or you do a Uber. All of a sudden, bloop, Boba Fett is on his way to pick your ass up. Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, imagine the prospect of being like, well, what if Boba Fett was an Uber driver and just picked up Mando and we had him and Fennec Shan just sort of go around with Boba? It's crazy. Absolute insanity, dude. Absolute insanity. And, like, if you think about it, too, it's funny because remember the stories that were breaking that week? Which, by the way, let me put it this way. I may or may not have known that Boba Fett was going to be in this episode. Right? And I may or may not have presented other ideas as to hide the mystery. Right? So, even knowing it was coming, maybe, I was still like, what? Boba's just gonna... They're just with Boba. Because I had heard that Boba's going to play a very significant role in Season 3. Very significant. And I had wondered what that was going to be like and what that was going to be about. I think we have a little bit better of an idea now. You know what I mean? So, damn. Like, wild, son. Like, wild. Like, whew. Gave me chills. But I guess the question is, and it'll be interesting to see how fans feel about this, that is like a real kind of like nudge. Like, it's kind of like Boba came in. Like, I can imagine. Okay, so I've heard this before. Let's take it from this angle. I've heard this before. I've heard that the process of John and Dave, when they get together and they make this stuff, that the process is much like two little boys coming to school with their different toys, and they're crafting a story together with their different toys. And to me, what this feels like is like John and Dave are doing their thing, they're having fun, and then like they, for whatever reason, just decide they don't want to play with the Razor Crest anymore, and they smash it to pieces, and now everybody's hanging out on Boba's ship. But it begins to feel like Boba's taking a lot of the spotlight. And it's like, man, are they going to be able to strike that balance? How is The Mandalorian now not going to be the Boba Fett show? And I know many of you have had this concern. When we reported and talked about Boba Fett coming into the show, and when we reported and talked about Boba Fett being a big part of the future, many of you, Vito, Star Wars Santa, and just other people that were concerned about it that maybe I'm forgetting, were like, well, I just don't want the show that's really Din and, Grogu at the time, Baby Yoda. I don't want that show and that formula to change. I don't want it to change. I don't want Boba to take the spotlight. I want Mando. And so I guess the question is, how likely how are they going to strike this balance? Are you concerned? Where are you guys at with that? You think it's a problem? Do you think it's a problem? My issues with this episode start in the first episode of this show. Interesting. We'll get into Q&A in just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to just ramble a little bit, and then we're going to get into pure Q&A, where I want to just talk to you guys, and we'll go over stuff, and we'll go over super chats at that point, okay? Boba is to Din as Obi-Wan is to Luke. Interesting. Why didn't Boba just get his arm? Yeah, we're going to have to figure that out, okay? Now, another thing that's kind of interesting about this is, supposedly, and of course we don't know for sure, but supposedly, the Boba Fett series is a prequel to The Mandalorian Season 2. Well, technically, The Mandalorian in total. And so we may get a prequel show that could explain how he gets out of the Sarlacc, what he's doing, what's up with Fennec, we could get the whole thing explained. Which is really interesting to me. Will Tamara Morrison still play him if it's a prequel? That is what I have heard. Yeah, he will still play him if it's a prequel. I don't think it's going to be like a crazy prequel. I think it's just going to be like a couple of years. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. I think Tamara Morrison can actually get in better shape because I think all of this happened pretty quickly right now. But you know what I mean? Like him coming in, and doing not that he did. I didn't think he looked bad, but he was a little bit of like dad bod Boba. You know what I mean? Like a little dad bod-ish. Like don't get me wrong. Like he still did the most, but it's like a little dad bod. You know what I mean? Like just tighten that shit in just a little bit. Dad Boba. Love it. So, yeah, we'll see. We will see. Dude, Rex had a dad bob in Rebels. I know, that's the problem, right? That's perfect. He's perfect Rex shape. I just don't know about the Boba shape. And I guess I'll tell you this. For my part here, I'm not super concerned about Boba taking the spotlight because I feel as though the narrative is crafted in a way that although Boba is a huge part of this and it's freaking amazing to have him back and be a big part of this story, Din is still at the center of this thing, and Grogu and the mystery with Grogu is still going to play a big role. I think Din is probably going to get the band back together in general, right? We think the next episode will be him breaking out Mayfield from an Imperial prison or a Republic prison. Yeah, probably a Republic prison. Breaking him out of prison, getting the band back together again and going after Gideon, right? And I think that sort of sets a thing up where, yeah, you're going to have all these people there, but it's not necessarily going to take... It's a very Avengers level thing. Like, part of the genius of the Avengers movies is, like, while you do have your main characters, I would argue that the main driving characters in Infinity War are really Thanos, Doctor Strange and Iron Man over here, and then, like, Cap and his whole squad, right? So it's, like, basically those main characters, but a lot of other characters get shine. And you never really feel like it's all whacking out of balance, Endgame is really Tony's movie in a lot of different ways. You know what I mean? Like, but even still, you get plenty of stuff with the other people. And so if you can handle the character moments delicately and strike a balance, I think we're going to be fine. But man, we're going to have a lot to talk about after the season is over, because it is kind of crazy that the show opened up this much this fast. And I can appreciate why people were skeptical. I remember reporting about this, right? Like a long time ago, that, you know, there's all this connective tissue coming, that, like, you know, that basically, like, all these people were going to be in the Mandalorian season 2. And I remember people being very skeptical and being like, yeah, dude, that sounds ridiculous. Quite honestly, Josh, like, that just sounds ridiculous. They're not going to put all that in the season. They're not going to set all that up. And I just remember thinking back then, well, actually, it's kind of like this. This is what's interesting about it. At the time, I actually didn't have the disbelief. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just because of the confidence with the people I was speaking to. But it didn't really sink in until now. Until after seeing it and watching it all play out and sort of experiencing it. Now it's like I'm sort of sitting back and I'm like, damn, like, that is pretty crazy. Like, holy shit. They went for it. Like, no holds barred. Like, they went for it. They cracked this thing open. It's pretty crazy. So it's been very fun for me with Star Wars this entire year, because basically the narrative, or like what it's felt like to me, has been, hey guys, Star Wars is turning it around. Holy crap, all the stuff that's happening is crazy. You know, that's me, like January, February. And everyone else is like, High Republic looks like shit. Star Wars sucks. You know, and like all year I'm like, no, dude, like I'm hearing some pretty crazy shit. Like, dude, they're really turning it around. Like, this is nuts. And everyone's like, yeah, right, dude, Rise of Skywalker sucked, bro. Star Wars is dead, you know? And the whole time I've been like, bro, I'm telling you, cool shit is coming, bro. Shut up. And it feels like everybody's just been like, yeah, okay, bro. Yeah, okay, dude. And now we've finally arrived at a moment where it's like we can all I feel like I'm like, oh, thank God. Like, everybody knows about it now. Like, can we now start acknowledging that it's dope, that we're headed in such an incredible direction, that, like, it's actually incredible that a show on a streaming platform is doing so much for an iconic brand, a brand that is monumental in scale. It's a massive brand. And a little streaming show has impacted that brand and the future of that brand in a way that's kind of ridiculous. You know, it's kind of crazy to think about. All right, that's enough blabbering from me. Let's do Q&A. Let's get into Q&A. So I will start working through the super chats. If you want to get your question answered, if you want to guarantee your question to be answered, drop a super chat in. I will answer every super chat that comes in within reason. And if you don't have any loot, don't worry about it. Drop a question in. I'll try to grab some questions from the regular chat as well, okay? Okay. Bike the Night says, hey, Josh. Sorry I haven't been too active. I've been sick with oh, snap. Excited to be back hanging out with you in the fantastic nerdy community again. Well, first of all, Burke, thank you so much for the support. I hope you are doing well. I wish you a speedy recovery. And welcome back, man. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Josh Meadows with the 99-cent super chat with no message. Appreciate the love. Will says, $2 holla, 10. The episode was a 10. Heard that, Will. Steve says, the $5 holla, 11. He was badass. Theory out there that he will die and give Mando Slave 1. What do you think of that? That would be unbelievably cool. That would be unbelievably cool. It doesn't necessarily line up with some stuff I've heard, but it could happen, and it could be real, real cool. Thank you for the love, Steve. Dan Mitchell with the $10 holla says, Mace is the only character we know of who can provide more backstory to Grogu. Am I the only one who sees the Game of Thrones setup for the throne of Mandalore? Bo, Din, Gideon, and Boba all vying. I'll start with the back half first. Dan, that's an incredible point. Very Game of Thrones. I would be very excited to see these people all vying for the throne. That would be great. I'm into it, man. And as far as the Mace Windu thing goes, look, I want Mace. I want Mace. I think it would be amazing. Amazing, you might say. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it with Mace. Just being real, I haven't heard anything about that. But it does line up with some things because I know Sam Jackson is coming back to do some work on supposedly a Mace Windu series. So why not? At this point, I think Star Wars has realized, like, let's just give the fans a bunch of cool stuff that they like. And then maybe they'll shut up. It's like kids, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you have kids, they're being bad. Sometimes you just got to put them in front of a screen, give them some snacks, and just... yeah. So, why not, Dan? Let's get it. Dan the Man says, with a $2 holla, as far as I'm concerned, Boba is long overdue. Well, I'm glad to see that you, too, are a man of culture, Dan. Dan the Man. It's good to see you, brother. Thank you for the support. And yeah, man, agreed. Long overdue for that Bobes. Very happy. Very happy that we've got a lot of Boba on the way. It's going to be crazy. The Boss Man, 2321 with the $5 holla says, now this is probably wrong, but why didn't Moff Gideon destroy Boba's ship after blowing up Mando's? Made me think he may be still with the Empire. Okay, so first of all, great point, great question. There was something else in the episode that made me think Boba could be acting nefarious. It was when he said that they want to protect the child. There's a look that Fennec Shand gives. It's almost like a look of shame, and she looks down. I was like, what's that about? Boba, don't you be doing something shady. But as far as the ship is concerned, it's very simple. He had a tracker on the Mandalorian ship. He could shoot without seeing it. So, it's a good thought, boss man, but I don't know if it adds up. Scott Spano with the $2 holla says, do you think Gideon is heading to Camino? That is a very interesting thought. It's possible. I don't know. I have no idea what to expect. I think originally we were really thinking that maybe it was all going to go on Tython. I did not expect Tython to be a in and out. I didn't expect us to do the drive-through. I thought we were going in. So who knows, man? Who knows where the finale is going to be taking place? Pretty wild stuff. Could be Camino. Thank you, Scott. Josh I with the $10 holla. Who else thought the tragedy was going to be Boba getting blown out of the sky when he was when he was tailing them dark troopers? For a second, I thought he was toast. Mando is fire. R.I.P. Razorcrest. P.S. Take my money. Josh, I thank you, man. I appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love. Nerd Vengers, let's go. Some of y'all about to be getting that platinum badge, too. Or that diamond badge. We don't have any diamond badges in here yet, right? Let me check the chat. We don't have diamond badges yet, do we? Where you at, Blue Boys? I don't think we're quite there yet. When you've been a Nerd Venger for 6 months, you get a diamond Nerd Venger badge. Whew! It looks pretty tight. Pretty excited for some of y'all to get that. But yeah, Josh, certainly, man. The tragedy is interesting. I thought maybe one of them was going to die, actually. I thought Baby Yoda's about to get blasted, dog. But then I was like, no, they won him, though, so they weren't going to do that. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate you, man. Annie J with the $5 holla says, Boba is daddy. What was Theory doing with Ezra today? Is Ezra going to save the day? I feel like Filoni lied about the timeline to surprise us. Yeah, it's possible. I'll tell you this. I don't necessarily know what's going on with Ezra. I have my opinions. I have some things that I've been told. Rahul is sticking to his story, by the way. Rahul is sticking to his story. He is not Ezra Bridger yet. I hope he gets it, if that is the case. If that is the case, I hope he gets it. But here's my thing with it, okay? This is just speculation. But if, hypothetically, he were to be cast, then the story from, hey, man, I hope I get it, wouldn't really change. In fact, you'd probably just lean into that. And in fact, it might even change to, I'm not Ezra. I wasn't cast. If we look at the patterns, I mean, they lie. It's in the NDA. Like, they kind of have to lie, right? So, on the one hand, maybe he's not Ezra. and he's trying to be. On the other hand, maybe he's totally Ezra. I don't know. Either way, I have a feeling that Ezra is going to play a pretty big role in what's coming next. Yes. What does that mean, you say? Yes. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate you. Lord Vito, my man with a $5 holler says, I'll admit it, Josh. Bubba was awesome in the episode. Yes, I said it. Appreciate you, Vito, man. One love. Nicholas H., welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You're a Nerd Venger now. Appreciate you, man. The Dano channel with a $2 holler says, hate it or not, Disney is giving us great Star Wars. Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. There are some Mando haters out there, but you could remove the word Mando from that sentence and it would still be correct. They're just haters. And it's all good, man. Schadenfreude, like there are some people that are just built that way and they're haters. I don't even hate them because I'm not a hater. So it's all good. Do your thing, but don't come in here with that. Miss me with that. Stay over in your weird little creepy channels. Jeff B with a $25 holla. Way too generous, Jeff B, but I appreciate you, man. Says, enjoying your channel. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, man. Hope you have a good Christmas. Drafter with the $10 holla says, love you channel. Keep up the great work. And I do want to see Ezra and Luke. Me too, man. Love your channel as well. Wait, what? Brain fart. Thank you for loving the channel. If you have a channel, I officially love it. And I don't know why. Jamie Cool, $5 holla. Hey, Josh. Maybe the Jedi is an unknown. Wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't that be really cool? If it was an unknown Jedi. That'd be pretty interesting. That would be pretty interesting. So I'm probably going to get out of here in a second. I'm going to take a couple questions from the chat. So just drop your stuff in. We'll take a couple questions from the chat. There's also one little thing I want to tease. And I don't know if it's... I have no idea if it's real or not. Yeah, Brian, I was just looking at that. I don't know. It's in the system. So maybe we just have to wait like a day or two. And then it should pop up. We see Thrawn this season. Wouldn't that be interesting, Joe Johnson? Would we see Thrawn this season? Will we see Thrawn this season? Was there a scene shot with a live action Thrawn? It is possible. Here, I'll tell you this. How about this? I'll say it like Kenobi. Possibly. That's all I can say. Stupidio says, I'd love to see Dengar, Bosk, Zuckuss, and Forlom. Yeah, that would be dope, dude. It would be cool. I really want to see Dengar, especially with this crew doing it. Live action Dengar would be real cool. Real cool. Drum and Company says, maybe next episode ends with the boots of a Jedi walking up to the Seeing Stone. Maybe. You know what's really funny, Micah, is that I've seen some cool memes. Remember, you guys know the John Travolta meme where he walks in and he's like, I saw that. It was like when the Jedi arrive at Tython and Baby Yoda is already gone. And it's like with the background of like Tython and they're like, that might happen, right? Like, what if they're gone? It's kind of funny. Maybe a Sith heard the call or multiple Jedi. Yeah, that'd be really interesting. That would be real interesting. Are we getting Star Wars show in 2021? It's possible. Bad Batch. Yeah, Bad Batch is on the way. Josh, did you see the Naboo N1 Starfighter in Season 3 Mando by Jason Ward and the High Republic show from Jordan Mason? Oh, yes. There's almost too much news to keep track of. I definitely am interested in High Republic animation stuff, man. That cover with them coming in mounted combat, that just did it for me. So I'm actually really excited. I'm going to check that stuff out. Definitely going to check that out, and I'm pretty excited for it. As far as the Naboo stuff, it'll be interesting to see what they use that for. My gut tells me maybe a little bit of Obi-Wan, maybe a little bit of Mando as well. But also, Star Wars is kind of doing the most right now. So let me explain something that might not be a popular thing to say, but it's totally true. And again, I hope nobody at Disney gets mad at me right now. But the truth is this. I think Disney is... Okay, so maybe this is the best way to say it. This is my opinion of what I think is going on. Speculation. I believe Disney and Marvel in general is cramming as much filming as they possibly can before January 20th. Because it is possible after January 20th, the restrictions will become more. Like we will have more national restrictions after January 20th. It's very possible. Disney's probably fully aware of this. If you've not kept up on the very interesting differences on what is going on in Florida versus California, because of course you have Disney World and Disneyland, different states, different governments that are, controlling things. So Disney is probably cramming as much as they possibly can before the new potential restrictions come into play. Meaning, right now, and the past 4 to 5 months have been filled with so much crazy stuff. Like, if you think about it, why is Doctor Strange 2, Thor 4, Spider-Man 3, why are all these things filming right now? It's actually not that surprising if you think about it. Right? So there's a lot going on right now. And moving into next year, it's going to be really interesting because I think some things are going to start to fall, kind of come in below the radar. And I think, it's going to be really interesting. That's all I'll say for now. It's going to be really, really interesting. Nikki with the $20 holla. Oh, be still my heart, Nikki. And that's way too generous. Hope you had a great birthday, Josh. Thank you so much, Nikki. I did have a great birthday. I thought about you guys a lot. I was very grateful. And there's a cool announcement I got to make too, but I got to talk to the people today before I officially announce it. But we might be doing something really cool in December. That's all I'll say. Yizma says, no question, just wanted to drop some birthday money your way and hope you had a great one. P.S. Fairly new, but loving the channel and the community. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Look, this is the best community on YouTube. And this community is growing. This community is going to grow. And it's ridiculously cool because I think you know what our community really is in a lot of ways? It's the silent majority. It's like the silent majority of like normal ass motherfuckers that don't get into all this bullshit, really. There's a lot of bullshit going on social media. It's infected and invaded our pop culture. I hate it. Culture war stuff. I'm so disinterested in it. I don't care. And this place, this community, this channel, this brand is as much as humanly possible about the content, about the nerdy stuff, about the things that we all love. We try to focus on the things that bring us together. Now, we will touch on things when we think it's important and, different things like that. But let me explain something to you. I'm just going to tell you it as real as I can. You know how it is. I'm going to keep it a buck. And again, I'm not trying to shit on anybody particularly here, okay? But think about this. If you saw what happened with Letitia Wright in the last couple of days and thought to yourself, I can make so much money off of this with these videos, then you are a part of the problem. You understand? You are a part of the, with a capital T, problem. Okay? Anyway. A Gotham Knight says, what ship do you think Mando will get? Ooh, I didn't even think about that. What if he gets the Naboo cruiser? Holy shit. That's a good one. Gotham Knight. That's a good question. That's a thinking man's question right there. I like that. Steve with the $5 holla says, I was wearing the Nerdvengers hat and my daughter says, where'd you get that Netflix hat? LOL. So how fast did you put her up for adoption? That's what I want to know. No, I'm just kidding, Steve. That's good shit, man. That's funny. Yeah, the Nerdvengers hat looks slick, dude. Those hats look slick. Nathan Tattoos, $20 holla says, Josh, happy B-Day! I got you on a free nerd/pop art tattoo. Book at my Insta. Keep it going, bro. Thanks, man. Nathan Tattoo. I appreciate the love, man. I don't have a single tattoo, Nathan. I don't have a single tattoo. And I'm going to get one tattoo. And I can't get it until a certain thing happens in my life. I can't get it. But maybe I'll come to you for it. It's actually not nerdy at all. It is a Zen Enso, if you know what an Enso is. Keeman Thomas says, do you think the Ahsoka show is still happening? 1,000,000% yes. The Ahsoka show is on the way. I promise you that. Believe that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to call it there. Okay? I think we're going to call it there. Look out for some videos today. Look out for some big updates. I have a lot of I have to get in touch with a lot of people. Last week I was very bad at talking to people, so I've got to get in touch with some people. And there's crazy cool stuff coming, but that's all I can say for now, okay? Bills fan says, love this channel. Keep it going, buddy. Shout out from Saratoga, New York. That's awesome, man. I've been hunting around Saratoga before, actually. Back in the day, my dad and I got tags for New York and did a little hunting around Saratoga. It's beautiful out there, man. All right, everybody. Gonna call it there. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video.